Hi, it's Sandy from s.ranellearts, and today, instead of an unboxing, I'm going to do an unbagging. This first part of this video is unfortunately in portrait format, and I will include it. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to edit it, if I'll put it at the beginning or I'll put it at the end. Hi, it's Sandy from s.ranellearts, and I actually just wanted to show something I am in the process of doing, and I am going up to my local art supply store, and I'm going to be selling some of my old art supplies. So this is just a small selection of some of the acrylics I've bought over the years, and I'm not using them anymore. I've moved on to watercolors, and using acrylics when you use watercolors is difficult, or rather watercolors are difficult when you're used to using acrylics, because the way that you lay down paint is always so different. I think I'll sell that one as well. I'm holding on to a few colors because every once in a while my son comes home and asks me to do a painting for him, and you know, I feel like I should have some basics, but honestly I don't need, for someone who's not painting in acrylics anymore, I do not need all of these colors. So that's the first thing. Now, if you can avoid looking at my huge mess, I am piling up other things to sell. I have two sets of brushes for acrylics that I used. One of them's missing a small brush, but that is not that big of a deal, I don't think. They're pretty much unused, brand new brushes that I had gotten when I was all set to start painting again. And somewhere along the line I moved on from acrylic to watercolor and haven't gone back. Okay, down here on the floor are my Copic markers and my pad that I got especially for that purpose. And I have a few sets, a flesh set, and for some reason it has a red in it, so I probably need to move some things around. Oh, that doesn't belong in there. Okay, so I'm going to be selling these back to the store, and I'll probably just get credit. You can get credit or cash, and even though the cash would be nice, let's face it, I'm probably just going to spend it again. So that is that. I have some technique books that I am for acrylic that I'm getting rid of, and an oil painting one. Oils and I did not work out. I have this set of Prismacolor 48 colored pencils that I am on the fence about selling. This is a Winsor & Newton drawing kit. Boy, I hesitate to even open it because it falls down like so, and the pieces have a tendency to come out. But this set is unused except for possibly, it looks like it's missing a pencil. But it has a sketchbook in it, but I never used it. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it mainly for the box because I thought this wooden box would be great. It's really just lovely, and I'm really big on cigar boxes and things like that. However, it's big and clunky, and it doesn't travel well, and I'm expecting an etcher bag and an etcher lab bag, and I'm hoping that will come in the next few weeks, and that is what I plan on using. And so I don't need big bulky containers of everything. These are some canvas panels I picked up while I was talking about something else, and that is just a few those are just a few of the items that I have that I'm willing to deal with today. Honestly, I don't know if they even want half the stuff I have, but there they go. So this one's a little bit scary to me to sell all those, but I'm not using them. In fact, I never really used them that much. It's not my medium. So I'm sure people think I'm crazy, but oh well. All right. So that is just a little 4 or 5 minute idea of some of the things I'm getting rid of. I know I have a million other things, but for now I just want to rein it in. And there's my cat misbehaving. Hey, bud. Okay, boring. But I will include it, and it shows My art supplies, a lot of acrylics and Copic markers, I never know how to pronounce it, Copic markers, and some other things that I had, and I took them, I was planning to take them to my art supply store up the block. Let me get this is my painting sweatshirt, so let me get this out of the way. And I went up there, and I honestly, after having taken some clothes to the vintage shop, I thought they would maybe reject some of my supplies, and they didn't. They took everything, and I was told, rightly so, the name of the store is I've been framed, or you've been framed, or I got framed. I don't know. It's in the video, or it's on the receipt. But I got there, and the first thing that she said when she saw my Copic markers is that I would make more money selling them on eBay. But if you're like me, eBay just doesn't suit me. I've tried it, and talk about feeling rejected. When no one bids on your stuff, you all of a sudden think, what's wrong with me? Why does nobody like my stuff? And then went to the vintage store, and I took all my clothes from work since I'm no longer teaching. I took a bunch of my clothes and boots, and I brought just huge amount of items into the vintage. It's not really a vintage store. It's just a resale shop. And they gave me $6.90 for all my stuff. And I was like, nobody wants my stuff. Who's going to want my art supplies? But to be fair, I had some unused brushes, brand new brushes, and I had some brand new paints, acrylic paints. And I just, wasn't sure what. Anyway, so I brought them up there, and I ended up making $140 just on that haul that I showed at the beginning. Or maybe that's not a haul. I don't know. That stuff that I don't use anymore. So I went ahead and took it on a card, and I have a little bit of the card. I probably have already shown in the video, or we'll edit that in somewhere. I don't know.
Look at this nice sketchbook.
I don't know. But anyway, this is what I was able to get with my $140. So let's take a look. And there's my unbagging. I just dump it out, and let's take a look at what I got. And so this is actually not the receipt for that. I think let's start with the palette. So let me move all the goodies off to the side. Don't pay any attention to that yet. And so the first thing, I had been talking about getting a palette with some, right now I use a flat ceramic sheet, and I wanted a ceramic palette that had some wells in it so I could make some big puddles of paint and water, and not just have everything flat and run into each other. I wanted to be able to separate it a little bit. And so this is the Jack Richardson, it's the hand glazed porcelain 7-well round mixing tray with clear plastic cover. And the cover I think it's just to put on there once you set it up in your studio and everything. So I'll have to be careful of that because I move all my stuff around the house. You might be able to see all my junk. Anyway, so I'm excited to use that. And I'll probably do a video on actually using some of these. All right, some of these things. So my next thing I was excited for are my new Schmincke colors. So they were all sale price, which of course could mean that these are not very popular colors. I'm not exactly sure why they were on sale. But the colors that I got are translucent yellow, yellow ochre. Let's see, there's an olive green, an indigo. There's a cad yellow light, and a cobalt turquoise. Oh boy, I have a lot of cobalt turquoise, I think. But that's okay. That's all right. I'll use it. And so this was the Schmincke palette, which I reviewed on my channel. And I mentioned that it had 6 places for 6 more half pans. And I was very excited. This store has not been carrying all these different brands of paints, professional paints. I thought they were a little more limited, but they're starting to expand their watercolor section. And so these I don't remember seeing before, but I was hoping to get some, and they're expensive. So this, I'm going to open these up, not in this video, but and then put them in here and maybe move things around. I'm not exactly sure, or maybe just put them at the bottom. But I wanted to get more yellow. I use a lot of yellow, as you can see here. And I wanted to try some more with the green. The turquoise I have in others. Indigo, I put indigo in my hair. I colored my hair indigo. I put some pictures on Instagram of it. I put some in the back and kind of really like the way it came out. It just reminds me of good denim and stuff. So anyway, that's going to go in there. And then I'll have a nice full palette. And so I'm excited about that. Okay. Then I picked up a few more of the M. Graham colors. I got a gamboge, a nickel quinacridone gold. I believe one of the artists I watch on YouTube uses this. I don't know about the name nickel in it. I don't remember that, but I remember the quinacridone gold, and it was such a beautiful color. And then a quinacridone rose, and I'm excited to try these out because I really don't know how they will work. The M. Graham company, I live in Portland, Oregon. M. Graham is the company that is made in West Lynn, Oregon, which is, down the street, essentially. Probably a 15-20 minute drive. And this company uses honey in their formula, and so it stays soft. And I think Steve from Minor Watercolor recommended the M. Graham. And so I don't believe I've done a review of the ones I have, so I will do that. So we'll put those off to the side. And that's I have some other colors. I think I have 5 or 6 other colors, so I'll do something with that. Maybe a mixing, or I don't know. All right, and then this I'm very excited about because, essentially is free money. Free money. No, I spent money on those supplies, but once I bought them, it's not like anybody is really going to give you that much for them. So I have a tendency not to buy Daniel Smith because they are so expensive, but I hear that they're very good, and so these are my first Daniel Smith, and I'm excited. This Lunar Blue, they had a little sample out, and it was just so cool, so I can't wait to try that because it had just a separated with these amazing colors in it, so I'm so excited about that one. I have seen an artist use Moon Glow, and I liked that, so I saw this, and it was on sale, $15.78 for a tube. Ouch. And this one was $16.60. They do have a discount at my store. I really like this it's a little mom and pop shop, and I hate to say it, but it's right up the street, so it's a little too convenient. But I like the store, and they do tend to discount these, or at least they say they do. I don't know exactly. I haven't done that much checking. And then this one is the Perylene Red, and I'm going to try that one out too. But I wasn't sure what colors I wanted when I went up there. I really didn't expect to have so much money to work with. So I went for, some of it was, I've heard this is really good. And others I just was very much like, I want to treat myself. Sometimes you want steak, and most times you're okay with chicken, but sometimes you just want a steak, and I wanted to try these steaks right here. So we'll see. I'll do a review of some of these colors and everything. And then the last thing I got with my money, I went a little over. I think I ended up with $279 over that I had to pay in cash. But I got 6 full pans, and I'm excited about these because I am going to make my own watercolors with some gum arabic and some pigments that I got when I was in Italy, in Venice. They are Venice colored pigments, and they really look like the buildings and the feel of Venice. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make them, and I'll do a video on that and the actual making of. And then I'm going to look for just the right pan to put these in to make myself a little palette with these full pans. And I will, like I said, I'll do a video on that. So that was my art haul from the other day, and it sort of feels like it was free because of the fact that I was able to turn in some of my old supplies. So if you have changed mediums and you have some things sitting around, I have more. I have canvases and
gel mediums and thinner for acrylic and all kinds of other things. I even brought some of my books that I no longer use. Obviously, if I'm moving away from acrylic, I don't need books on acrylic techniques. So I brought those books, and they took everything. They literally did not have one thing where they said, no, we can't sell this. And so if you have a small mom and pop shop, you might ask them if they do this. I think it was really made me happy. So we'll see when I test out these colors, but I can't imagine I'm going to be unhappy with this little setup I have here. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.